Alright, it's recording now. So we're gonna start with SPY. This is what I look at every night. I'm gonna see what the SPY is doing on daily and then on weekly, just to see the broader picture. On SPY today, it looked very promising with all the news and everything. We thought this line right here, blue, is your 50 SMA, which is at 441.35. This morning it looked pretty promising, was nice, was above 443, 444 area, which is also your weekly SMA right here. Thought I would hold on to it today, which is now at 443.81. It needs to get above that. See some more action on the upside on the weekly. So that is these are the two numbers you want to keep a really close eye on. 443.8, and the other one is this 9 EMA. That needs to get through that 446 area. So if you look at it right here, it couldn't get through. It tried over here and then closed below, right here, here, or obviously here, and then today as well. So it just cannot stay above 50 SMA and cross this 9. There's a lot of congestion here, so we will need a decent amount of consolidation. I think we're just gonna do up and down till we see some decent consolidation and then move. But for now, today, SPY bounced on the 50% retrace, which was around 436 area. Anywhere between that. So if you look at it, this is your line right here. This is your 436.36 area, 50% retracement, and it bounced right on it. So we're gonna see that hold for now. If it cannot, the next line we have, just go ahead and short all the way to 430. This one's, if this breaks through down here now, we are headed down. So what I'm going to do right now, this is how I set up myself every night. I click on this horizontal line, and you can find this right here in your tools. Click on this, and there's your horizontal line. What you can do is just click on your star, and it'll just pop up right here with your favorite ones are. Okay, so click on your horizontal line. I will go right on this line around 436 area. I'll keep it at 40. I'm going to right click on it. I'm going to add alert, crossing down, and I'm going to name this one short below this level. Alright, I'm going to create this. I'll be done. So I don't think I have set it on here yet, but you can also click on this 9 EMA right here. This thin blue line is your 9 EMA. If you right click on it, you can set an alert on that as well. Set alert. This is your condition, 9 EMA, crossing up. I want to see this cross up. That means, okay, that's good. I'm going to start looking more on the bullish side. So I'm just going to type bullish and create it. So this, for me, is done for tonight. Alright, SPY is done. Now I'm going to head to Qs. Qs on, this is on daily. Today, Qs, if you look at it, it bounced right on this line. This is your 0.61 retracement. And guys, if you guys don't know how to put these on, on TradingView, they have a great feature where you can go to indicators, click on it, and you can just type auto fib retracement. All right, you click on it, and it will do this for you. So now the golden zone, a lot of people, they don't know how to use this fibs, but the golden zone where you want to enter is between 0.5, there's your 50%, and right here, the 0.618. This is your golden zone to enter. Below this, if this breaks down, we are most likely going to head back down all the way to 317. I can guarantee you that, not all at once, but of course, in few days. But if we break this now, we are done. It's not good. So what am I going to do? Yes, set my alerts right here at 338. I give a little bit room because there's always a fake out, so I want to make sure that it's not a fake out. Like today, they did a fake out on SPY. Okay, so I'm gonna go cross down, bearish, short, 2, 317. All right, this is done. From here, most likely if we see any kind of bounce from here, we're gonna see at most around 344.6 area, the 50% retrace. And if the 10-year and everything kind of slows down, and we get an oversold bounce, at most I'll most likely look at this 50 SMA. This is your thick blue line. All right, and you can see it right here. It pops up for you right here. What number is that? You just have to move your cursor and I'll show you, which is at 348.8. all right, so what am I going to do? Click on this and crossing up and create. So today too, it came close to this 50 SMA, but of course it could not get through it. Again, it was looking really good in the morning, but it decided not to go through it. So these are the two areas you want to look at it on the Qs. Keep an eye on it. 338 breaks below that, go ahead and short it. And the next one is of course my favorite one is the Amazon. Amazon today rejected right at this 50 SMA. Okay, it just cannot get over it. This is the second day it rejected. We'll definitely keep an eye on it. So I'm going to go ahead and add my alert on it again. Bullish above. But this one, if this one breaks tonight, today's lows, this one is headed all the way back to 2950s. So my God, so many of these have just given up. It's sad. So today's lows were 3007. Okay. I'm going to set my alert on this one as well. Short below. If you guys have any questions, you can put it in on the free trade floor. I'll be able to answer that over there. All right. If you guys don't understand anything or if I'm going too fast, let me know. All right. There was a decent support at 3044 on this one, which is your 0.5 fib retrace, and it just sliced through it today. I really thought it would hold on to it for a possible bounce up again, but no. I did mention under 3040 it's a short again, and we had a trade right here in the morning. So keep an eye on Amazon right here. 2 levels. Tesla, I really like this. I don't know why. This is the second time, even when we were selling off so much, it is holding on to this brown line, the thick line, which is your 100 SMA. So it's really surprising the way it's holding on to it. I really like it. I am lottoing overnight calls on this one. Today it went ahead and filled this gap. I mentioned this in the morning on voice that it's most likely going to fill the gap and retrace. So it did that exactly. It filled the gap and then it retraced. But again, I pretty much thought that it was going to go up to at least 9 EMA, but this is your 9 EMA right here. It has been rejecting that as well. So to get above, to swing bullish calls on Tesla, I want to see Tesla above this 9 EMA and close, at least one candle close above that. So I'm going to mention this on here, one candle close above bullish. I want to see close because it has rejected quite a few times. It went above 9 EMA, but it closed below. That beats the purpose. So you want to look at it, at the end of the day and then decide. But below this, which is around, I think 977. So below this, if Tesla gets back below this, don't even wait, just short it all the way to 950. You'll make nice money. I have seen some. I don't even know. I haven't seen the futures, but I'm hoping that, you know, at least looking at this, I am seeing a bounce come on this one. All right, the next one, I'm also watching Twitter. So Twitter right now is just, you know, rejecting this trend line continuously. So this is a trend line I drew from the top. You know, it has been rejecting continuously, and today finally it closed below this 9 EMA. So tomorrow my aim on this one is going to be, if it comes back to around, you know, in 46s, I am going to short this, because I think this is coming back to fill the gap eventually around 40.91. So, and I'll keep my stop above 47 on this one. I'll short around 46, 20, 30 area, because that's where, you know, the trend line will match if it goes there tomorrow. And eventually I think, you know, slowly it's going to come back and fill this gap, just like this. You know, it's going to come, it's going to do this, this, and I think it will fill the gap. And from here, from this trend line, it might break through up again. So definitely worth keeping an eye on this one and setting your alerts on this one. Above 47, this might not even fill the gap and just start moving up again. Alright, I already have my alerts set on this one. So if you guys want to go ahead and do it, go ahead. The one number I'm looking at is 40.91 for the gap fill, and the other one is around 47. Above 47, it will be bullish. It will break through this and probably retest this 200 SMA, which is around 51.50. The next one, I have my alert set on Google right here. Google has been bouncing around 2500 quite a few times. It was pretty weak today, which was very surprising compared to other ones. Even when we were getting a pop in the morning, it was, you know, pretty weak, and it was the first one to fall today. So definitely going to keep an eye on this one. I want to see the volume, the sell volume decrease as we are heading towards ER. The ER is coming up on 26th of April. It tends to run towards the ER. If you look at it right here, it tends to run towards ER, and then, you know, of course this was the ER pop, but you do get 2 or 3 days of a good decent run on Google. So if I get an entry around anywhere between this box right here, I will take it around 2500 to 2520. If I get an entry, I'll probably most likely go a month out on this one, and you know, trade this one for the ER run up. But I will keep my stop below this level around 499, because that's where it has been bouncing, but below that it'll be bearish. So this one is definitely worth keeping an eye on. It has been oversold, and today I did see some decent call buying come into it. I do really want to buy this one for the July split, but I might just wait after the ER to get into that, because the IV is going to be skyrocketing right now. So I'm going to pass on this one for now, unless I get an entry around here. So the risk reward is really high. If I get entry around here, I'm going to keep my stop loss right below 24.99. The next one I am watching is Coin. Coin is very close to the 52-week lows, I believe. This is the 52-week low, if I am not wrong. Yeah. So either it's going to bounce from here if the cryptos do it. Over here right now, I think the cryptos are holding flat. It's at 40,000 right here. So, you know, either it's going to double bottom and bounce from here, and might retest this area again and come back down. But if this breaks through 149, just short it, because I did see some 135 puts come in today. Don't think they pay right away unless you know, the cryptos decide to just die overnight. I don't see that happening, but let's see. But just keep your alerts right here, guys. You know, below 149, just buy 145 puts or anything, 2 weeks out, and I guarantee you're gonna get paid on this one. So just set your alerts on this one. I need to. I haven't on this yet. I'm just gonna move my line right here. It did fall below it today, but the last minute volume wasn't that exciting. So I think there were 135 puts for May that were coming in, if I'm not wrong, but I'll double check. So definitely keep an eye on this one. The other one I'm watching, this Home Depot. Home Depot had a really nice bounce off of this 299 long-term support I have. They did do a a decent fake out. This is usually bullish. If they do a fake breakdown and the next day they decide to come back up and just run through it. I really want to see Home Depot hold above this 9 EMA. Because if you look at it on the downwards channel right here, it kept rejecting this 9 EMA. So there is a trend to this Home Depot. Okay, you're gonna find the behavior of a stock where it's rejecting what it's doing. So I am going to keep an eye on this one. Today it did close below. Right now it's at 306.29 and the 9 EMA is at 306.94. So I want to see that hold above. But I think if we can get above this level right here, this fib level above 308 one more time, I think we might see a run up towards 315 again. And there were buying today 320 calls for May, if I'm not wrong. So definitely keeping an eye on this one too. The other one I'm watching is Mastercard. We did play this one today. I believe we are still in it for the puts. There is a support here at 345.50. It did trigger for me, but at the end it decided to pop up a little bit. So I'm going to keep my line right at the lows of today, which is at 344.48. So I'm going to move my line, but below that, this will be a really nice short. And Mastercard contracts pay really nicely, guys. So definitely keep an eye on this one. I would just go a couple weeks out on this one because it moves pretty fast if it wants to. So, and then if it breaks below that, the next level I'm watching it as a support is at 538 and sorry, 338 and 330 on Mastercard. Mastercard, if you look at it, it has been rejecting all these EMAs. There's like a big mess of EMAs right here. This brown one is your 100 SMA. It rejected. 50 is trying to cross below this 100 right now, 200, which is not good. So definitely worth keeping an eye on this one. Any bounce on this Mastercard, if you get a bounce up to around 350s, even close to 350, it'll be a short. Keep your stops above this 100 SMA, which is around 533.50 right now. The next one I am looking at Disney. Disney is coming to long-term support here at 128. I did see some buying coming into this. That's why I'm looking at it. I don't generally look at this one. But I saw decent buying coming into this one. Most likely it's for the ER, but definitely worth keeping an eye on it. From what I heard, the summers are packed at Disney. So, but the only thing that's not helping might be right now the China lockdown. So, still, long-term buying. If you're gonna buy this one and keep it for your kids, that's great. This is a great price for Disney right here. It is below all the SMAs right now. Not too exciting, but I think in the long term it definitely pays. And when Disney starts going, it really starts going. So 128, if you're playing options a couple months out on this one, keep your stop loss below 128 and you can swing some calls on this one too. It's really nice. I was looking at this weekly too and definitely worth keeping an eye. It's a decent support right here. So this is the one I'm watching, and the other one is Baba. Baba, they have a ER coming up in May 6th. So I'm thinking right now it's down. I would have figured it would be a lot more down, given the lockdown and everything. but it's not. It is holding on to this my 98.7 support, the 50% retracement right here. So definitely keep your alerts on this one. If it breaks below this 98 level right here, 98.75, this one's gonna most likely head back down to 92. So I'm adding my alert right here, crossing down bearish to 92.xx area. But I think this might bounce before ER. They have a decent buying coming in too, but it's, you know, Chinese stocks. I don't honestly trust them. I do not hold them overnight. I won't lie. I am just going to, you know, play this daily, and I'll take my money and run. I do not hold any of the Chinese stocks overnight. All right, these are the few things I am watching for tomorrow and the, you know, coming few days. The other one I also like is the Target. Target is not at the bad spot either. Target is holding on to this 230. I have my alert set on this one. It came really close today. No, it actually did not alert me. So there you go. 230. But anywhere between 228 to 230, if you get an entry on this one, I think it'll be really nice. What I'm thinking this one is doing is this is going to build a flag right here and most likely break out. So definitely keep an eye on this one. I think this EMAs and everybody are catching up to it. Currently, it is rejecting this 200 SMA. It has been a struggle. If you look at it in the past right here too, you know, it has rejected, you know, and then we saw a downtrend on this one. But if this one breaks above this, guys, Target really pays. Okay, Target, once it has its momentum, just ride it, and it loves this 9 EMA as well on daily. If you look at it, once if it can get above it, I think this is waiting on this 9 EMA to catch up. As soon as it catches up, I think it's going to be a nice smooth run up. You know, so just as long as this 9 EMA holds, which is this your, you know, blue thin line, I think it'll be a nice move up. But below this one, below 228, of course, you know, market can do anything. Below 228, you can make money on the other side. Just play it all the way down to 223 area. So these are the few stocks I am watching. If you guys have any other couple ones, if you want me to look at it real quick, I'll be happy to. You can type it in the free trade floor if you want. Crowd, let's see Crowd. Crowd had an upgrade today. Crowd is rejecting this 200 SMA. Needs to get above this. I think this might come back, fill the gap here, Sarah. It'll come back to, you know, quickly fill this gap around, it's going to be at 220 area. If you get a dip to it tomorrow, I think this 9 EMA is nicely curling up to. I think eventually it will start going up from here as long as 9 EMA holds. And these, you know, Crowd, and there are quite a few other, you know, Crowd is not the cloud, but there are these all cloud companies, and everybody are definitely catching some bid. You know, there are some decent prints after hours today. So definitely keep an eye on those as well. Let's see, ASML. ASML has ER coming. Right now it is sitting very close to this fib support right here. Right, this one is on a downtrend. There was a decent sell volume today as well. Don't like it too much here. This one might come back down all the way to 558, do a double bottom and then bounce. I hope before ER at least you get might get a small bump up to in low 600s, but the sell volume today was higher than previous days, so that's not good. Overall, don't like it. Still in a bearish trend. And there's a decent resistance around this 620 area. I would not touch this one unless it gets above 620. Or I would try it if it came back down all the way here. I would use it as a double bottom and keep my stop right below this 558 and play the bounce. So there are two scenarios for ASML. GE. GE had some buying, I think yesterday if I'm not wrong. GE is holding on to this retracement level pretty good at this 89.47 area. So as long as this holds, it's good. I also don't like the volume is decreasing on this one. Wait till this one gets above this 9 EMA. If you look at it, it's still rejecting. It cannot get above this one. So I would wait till it gets above it. You know, it might catch up to it. So look at 90.70 area. If it can get above that, you can go long on that GE. MCD. MCD, look at that. That was a pure rejection at this 100 SMA today, which is at 252.22, and it is sitting right on this 90 EMA. So this is a very nice one actually. If you have a really tight range here, you can play. Break above or below, you can have a nice money on it. So below today's low, basically it closed right on this 90 EMA. So below today's low, which is at 248.80. Below that, I would short this one all the way to 246.70 because that's where it has a tight range. It is bouncing on this 200 SMA too. So if it's gonna come back down, I would buy it. I would be a buyer at 246.70 area, and ride it up. But it really needs to get through this 100. It's been rejecting. It's been closing below that too. So yeah, just keep an eye on that one. Those two numbers. AMD, I got an alert today because it was right at my support line. Yeah, right here, 95. Needs to hold here. Oh my ma. Yeah, this needs to really hold on to this level. Today's lows. If it does not hold today's lows, this one is headed back to 80s. Yeah, 90 and then 80s. This today's lows is very important on AMD. 94.60. Breaks below that, just go ahead and short this one. And one downgrade right here, I think. Yeah, one downgrade it got from someone. I can't remember if it was GS or who. It totally ruined the momentum for AMD. Look at that, it was looking so nice. So one news can really screw it up. So yeah, I would watch this. If you wanna stay long, if you wanna buy some longs on this one, I love AMD. If I wanted to buy AMD, I would start right here with leaps for March 2023, or even go further, June 2023. I would start with that one, and if it came all the way back down to 80s, I would add one more. But I would definitely start starters over here. I love this company and I love the CEO. They both are awesome. And AMD can really pay. AMD Leaps has always paid us. So definitely worth keeping an eye on AMD here for a bounce. Cost puts, let's see. Oh, wow, okay. Cost might come back to retest this breakout level right here. Yeah, and today, break below today's low, and this one is coming all the way back down to 260s, upper 260s, to test the breakout level. Yeah, Nomad, definitely. But be careful, this is also testing the breakout line here. If it bounces above this one's gonna, if it can bounce right here, this one might head back up. So you have two choices. Below today's low, you can ride it till here. That's it. But as long as this holds today's lows, I think I would be on the call side on this one. You're welcome. MO. That's one I haven't traded in a long time. I do hold shares. This one is on fire. Wow. Let's look at a longer time frame on this one. So on longer time frame, if you look at it with the naked eye, there is a decent congestion right here, right? It has rejected right about here. Look at that. I was looking right here. I didn't even look here. I just looked right here, and there's a decent congestion right about here in this area around 55. If it can get through this 55 and stay above this one is headed around 58.80. But this one likes to come back and retest this 9 EMA quite often, so don't be surprised if this one rejects and comes back down to retest this 9 EMA. Guys, if you don't have this 9 EMA on your chart, definitely worth keeping an eye on it, for a short-term bullish, or you can use it on daily too. This is a daily chart, so you can just use this. But yeah, definitely loves this 9 EMA. DD going for a double bottom, any idea? DD, is that the Chinese education one? Yeah, most likely. Look at this trend again, guys. How powerful this 9 EMA is. 9 EMA reject, 9 EMA reject, 9 EMA reject, reject. But you might see a small bounce on this one. If I'm just gonna call you Sim. You might again get a bounce up to this 9 EMA, but I was shorted again right there, or below 230. I was shorted all the way down to 170. All right, guys, this is it for tonight. Do you guys have any questions? Was it too fast or anything? We'll do this more often. Thank you for joining, though.